group. Just how have you felt your group now as you guys sort of reload? How you feel like the group's come together so far?
We're taking steps. Came out hot like jalapenos, and everybody was excited. But this day 10, and it's hot out there. There's a lot more installed in. It's a lot of motions, a lot of shifts, and it's a lot of details. Things fall apart, and so we got a lot of work to do. You want to be excited about them, but at the same time, we got a lot of work to do.
Saw CJ Daniels was out there today. Just what have you seen from him, over the course of the last few weeks when he hasn't been able to practice? Like, what has he been doing to kind of help the group and kind of learn the offense and everything?
Really good job in leadership. He's the oldest guy in the room, and you need that older guy, the big brother, and they lean on him from that perspective. And from day one, he said, "Hey, coach, can you make a group thread with just the players, not the coaches?" And they're on it all the time, and so they'll text, "Hey, we're gonna watch film at 5 o'clock," and you'll notice a lot of guys in the building around that time because we got to take this thing to the next level. So it's a constant mindset of how do we get better. If we did good job. How do I get better? If we did bad, dang, how do I get better? That's how we're gonna end it all.
And you guys, I think if I remember right, you guys recruited him when he was in the portal the first time. He chose LSU, comes here now. Just what do you like about him as a player?
You know what, man? He's a worker. He's a worker. You don't have to tell him to catch balls from the jug machine. He's the one initiating it, and he's kind of been through it, and he knows he has a lot of young guys behind him, so he's trying to show them the way. And being that when I was here, that was the process. The freshmen come in and the older guys show them the way, and then when the older guys leave, you take it over. And so that's really what I've respected from his approach, and we're gonna need it to continue to get better at it.
Coach, I'm curious to know, with your young receiver group, who else has been coming up and being a leader within?
You know what? It's funny, I kind of tell them all the time that everybody expects anybody to be a leader. You got to learn how to be a leader. Some lead by example. Some are servant leaders. Some of them are more demanding. And you just got to figure out what's your niche. And so for the room, I got to be the same guy every day to teach them how to be the same guy every day. And I think as that goes, I have to build that chemistry. So I got to put something in their tool belt to force them to hold somebody else accountable and just teach them how to. So when they fail at it, like, man, why you ain't telling me he was wrong? No. You got to be that way because come game time, if he drop a ball, you can't not let it go. You're going to be ready to yell and get after him. But if that's the first time you're doing it, that ain't right. That ain't good. So
it's funny you say that because I've seen JoJo Trader actually keep you accountable through practice. Talk about his leadership skills, how he's been.
Yeah, it's funny how that works because, again, I can't try to teach you how to be something and then I can't follow. So when they have the opportunities to hold me accountable, oh boy, they're going to take advantage of it. And understanding it and knowing it, I laugh and I don't want to do it or whatever the case may be at the moment, but it's like I have to because this is a learning curve for them. If I can do it, then you definitely can do it.
Hey, Coach Kevin, I know a lot of people have been wondering, what's your favorite color?
Blue.
Not orange or green?
The competition between Malachi and Ray, how's that going?
It's going great. It's going great. I hope that everyone watching from the side can see it. That's what the University of Miami has been built on. Good players pushing each other to be the best player and taking advantage of the opportunities when they come And when you move on, then now it's my turn to do the same thing. And the process just continues from that perspective. So I encourage it. I try my best to egg it on and push it and not try to talk, not try to whisper about it. Like, hey, Ray, he coming. Mally, you saw the plays he made today. Come on, let's go. And so it's definitely a competitive vibe right now. And there's no animosities. There's nothing negative about that. It's all positive, and we're trying to do everything we can to help the Hurricanes win games.
And Josh and Upshaw, how are they doing?
They're coming along. They have their moments where they're doing some really good things, and that's a good thing. But at the end of the day, I have to keep telling them, yesterday's over. Nobody cares about yesterday. What are you doing today? And so I know when young people do good and people start praising them, they just relax. And that's the people problem. So what I try to do, understanding those hurdles, I try to attack them before they can have an opportunity to get comfortable. I try to get on them about that so they can understand it and push through it.
What makes Mally special?
Say that again?
What makes Mally special?
You know what? He doesn't care. He has no fear. He puts the work in outside of the football field to allow himself to come out here fearless. That's something that you can't watch a highlight tape and get. You got to get to know a kid. You got to get to know his family and his upbringing. And when you learn that about him, you get a chance. You'll understand it. But that's what he does. He prepares off the field beforehand, so when he gets on the field, he's locked in.
In what ways are you seeing JoJo take advantage of his opportunity this spring?
Man, JoJo is learning how to play through hard. He is so talented naturally that he has an advantage against anybody just because of his talent level. And what happens is, because he's so talented, he can wake up in the morning and just put cleats on and just be really good. But what happens when you meet another really good player? Now what? You've been able to make it this far in your life just by making it. Now this team is preparing to take you out of the game. The DB is thinking in his mind, I'm going to get drafted off of you. How are you going to respond? And he's learning how to respond every day, and he's doing a really good job of it. Again, when he does a good job. How we get better. And when he fails at it, I always try to eliminate the fear of failure for them so that when they do fail, hey, we failed, we don't like it, we got to get better. And how did I fail? Because if I don't know how I failed, then 9 times out of 10, I'll be failing again more than being successful. But if I learn how to fail, that'll teach me how to be successful.
Thanks, Kev.